Yeah, I grew up in Little Elm. Any original Little Elmers out here? Any like 90s Little Elmers? Make some noise. Make some noise if you lived here since the 90s, no? Wow. Yeah, like Frisco really spilled over. Yeah. Now, I grew up in Little Elm when there was nothing. There was nothing in Little Elm. We had no cardinal directions. The only thing we had was Johnny Joe's. That was the center of our flat earth. It was if someone was coming to visit you, did you pass Johnny Joe's on your right or your left? That's how small Little Elm was. Take a right at Johnny Joe's and you're at the high school. Well, daytime comedy, everybody. You paid. No, I grew up in Little Elm when the biggest attraction was Sonic. Like, we were so simple. Everything was mom and pop. We had mom and pop bars, mom and pop grocery stores. We didn't have Margaritaville or whatever this place is called. We had mom and pop strip clubs. Thank you. A 4-drink minimum at this show, I guess. Thank you very much. I grew up in this town when all of the adults in the town would refer to that one cop as the black cop. And before you guys jumped down my throat, I was 10 years old. I couldn't walk around telling adults that that's a little racist. That might be the darndest thing I might have said. Yeah. No, my favorite memory from growing up here was, hopefully something you guys all remember, was 9/11. What a good day. No, I was in 7th grade. I don't want to have to go over the whole emotional thing. You guys have heard country music from that time. But I was in 7th grade and we were in principal's period or whatever they call it, and I remember the teacher answering the phone and going, "What?" And then picking up the remote, turning on the TV, and the curse. It's the curse. Turning on the TV, and I swear to you, 4 seconds later, the second tower was hit. The teacher was asking us how we were supposed to feel. This room is so cold right now. We didn't know how we were supposed to feel. We went through the whole day trying to figure out what we were supposed to be doing. And by the end of the day, I was standing outside with my buddy, Patrick. And I was supposed to hang out with them, right? I was supposed to hang out with them that day after school, and we're standing next to him, and between the old high school and the old middle school was this horseshoe that you pick up every kid. So everybody's outside and just mourning, essentially. No one knew what to think. And I remember in that moment, this is like, I'm in 7th grade and I have to adopt world politics now. Like, I have to understand who my president is. That sounds stupid, but I was in 7th grade. I didn't know. That was thrust on me. Sorry, I have a stutter. It's digital. I'm standing outside. Oh, the batteries. Do I sound any different? So I was just hanging out with my buddy. So now that the rhythm is absolutely ruined, we're standing outside waiting to get picked up, and I was thinking, the world politics, all this stuff is hitting me at once. I remember hearing squealing tires in the distance. And it was a traffic jam trying to pick up all your kids. It was fucked up. And this blue Suburban comes whipping in to this horseshoe and comes screeching to a halt in front of us. It's Patrick's mom. Her window is down. And she leans out the passenger window and screams, "Get in the car, they're coming for us!" 2 things. It had been 6 hours since the towers had been hit. The other thing, to Patrick's credit, if he had run to that car, she would have been Orson Welles and this would have been War of the Worlds. People would have been going ape shit. People wouldn't know what to do. We would have believed her. But to Patrick's credit, he dropped his backpack off his shoulder and walked 12 paces to his mom's car, sat in the front seat and looked at me and was like, "I guess we're not hanging out today." And before the door closed, she peels off, Tokyo drifts around the entire horseshoe, and speeds off back home. Now, we did a lot of collective thinking on 9/11. We were trying to figure out what we were doing, what was going on, who was affected. And I think we had one more collective thought outside that day. What the fuck did the terrorists want with Little Elm, Texas? Let's just imagine, if you will. You guys had a fun time with that whole really long story with the microphone shortage. One plane full of more people in it than there are in the town. Last time I was here, I did like a whole bunch of shitty material, and it was a whole bunch of old whites. So I'm glad I did some Little Elm material. Thank you. I think we should give people with that have had liposuction an easier time. You know, they've really had their asses handed to them. Yeah, we're missing the drummer too. I think paper should stop covering rock. It should write its own music. Oh? I'm looking at people out in this audience right now that wrote that joke. I'm looking at the stepdads of America at Hula Hut right now. I want to make a movie called Shakes on a Plane starring Michael J. Fox. He would perform Shakespeare on a plane. I saw a guy wearing a shirt that said, "Join the fight against muscular atrophy." And I was like, man, you don't need that many people. You're a big dude, man. You can take down all of them. They're weak, man. You can just mow them down. I served in Afghanistan. You're welcome, I guess. Yeah. Oh boy, yeah. Well, the Chili's was hiring and I needed the money. So I served Southwestern egg rolls to the northern parts of Afghanistan. Yeah. I wear the uniform every time I go to the airport. No, I had a guy come up to me after that joke. He was like, man, that's fucked up. That's stolen valor, dude. You can't do that. It's like, I don't even have a passport. Man, that's a joke. Like, I did not serve at Chili's in Afghanistan, believe it or not. Stolen valor, dude. It's fucked up. Yeah, I would really hate for a Chili's waiter to call me out on my service. How many confirmed mango teas do you have? 13? Round a shot for the troops. I work at a bar, actually, and it's really awful seeing all of my least favorite customers here right now. But I work at a bar, and I love out-of-context conversations. It's one of my favorite things. I only get to hear little snippets of your life as we walk by. Think about that as these people walk by and sweating and hating you and wearing suspenders for some reason. But I love hearing those little tiny moments, those little tiny things. I walked up to this table, was picking up empty glasses, and I heard these two girls were holding each other's fingertips. And they were just like, no, Deborah, don't, or whatever. And picked up the glasses, and I swear I heard her say to her friend, "You're not a cum bucket." Which leads me to believe that someone called her a cum bucket that day. And I wanted to know what her friend said to make her feel better. Honey, you're not a cum bucket, you're a cum dumpster. Don't even worry about them. Why would I even hang out with a cum bucket? Let's go get some dick. I can be really hard on people. Well, especially when they're grinding on me in the club. I work at a bar, and I really hate. It's too hot for this song. It's fine. But really, there's certain customers that drive me up a wall. And honestly, just a small PSA, ladies, if you're feeling a little bit weird and like creeped out by a dude at a bar, go talk to somebody who works there. It's totally fine. Just fucking, they're gonna like scoop the dude. Yeah, right? Yeah. Eye contact. That's weird. It's like I'm in the movie Cocktail. But there's these big country dudes that come to our bar. You know, $200 jeans, a slightly threatening, like barbecue racist shirt. The square toe boots. They look like they look like customers of Westworld a little bit. And they always stand at the bottleneck of a door to watch all their potential fuckery come through. Man. And they can't hold their bottle like normal people. They have to like just a little tip. Man, you see the tits on that girl, man? See that, man? I know that 40% of the people here would consider themselves a woman, but I want you to know that I saw those tits, so you know that you have like a catalog of the kind of tits that I like, so I can keep an eye out. You tell me what kind of tits you like, well, I'll keep an eye out too, because you know 4 eyes is better than 2. So we just keep an eye out for each other, the kind of tits that we like, because you know I love you, man, and I'm straight. What's up, dude? I fucking hate those kids. I saw like a group of those guys sitting at a table once, and this girl walked by. They all checked her out. And then the alpha bro like looks back at his friends and he says, I swear to you, he looks at her and he's like, man, you see the dumper on that girl? He called it the dumper. I've seen a baby with a full diaper and I did not call that a dumper. He might as well have been like, oh shit, man. I'll bet she shits with that ass. You ever think about that, man? Oh man. You know, I'll bet she chews up food and then her saliva helps it carry down and the enzymes get down to her stomach, and when she swallows it, and then it gets down here and starts to separate the nutrients in the upper intestine and smaller intestine. You know what? I'll bet she poops at that beautiful bottom of hers. Hi baby, I hate to see you go, but I love to see you look back at me in disgust. I got her, man. If you had told me 1 year ago, hey man, you're going to be on stage in your hometown and you're going to say, I'll bet she shits with that ass. I would have kept doing what I was doing. I went through a breakup about 2 years ago. I'm totally over it. It's fine. Everybody pays rent for their significant other for 3 years and then gets broken up with suddenly. It's fine. No, but one of my favorite things was the advice that your friends try to give you when you're low. It all sucks. Really what they're trying to say is stop being a little bitch. Used to be a lot of fun to hang out with. But the best bit of advice that I got was, Taylor, man, take that love that you give to others, give it to yourself. Give it to yourself. Date yourself, buddy. I tried it. I tried dating myself. And I had to get out of that fucking toxic relationship. We fought all the time about where to eat. He said I looked like my dad. Sex was good though. We always came at the same time. I felt like he was thinking about somebody else though. I don't know, I had to break up with him, man. Much happier now. I felt like all my past relationships were me walking up to people with baggage and being like, if you hold this, you can emotionally abuse me. I dated this girl, we've all dated, I'm going to say crazy people, right? Make some noise if you've dated insane human beings. I'm just going to act like you're all swingers. There's just enough collared shirts over there to be seen. No, but I dated this girl who would put rocks in her bra to make her day better. Yeah. She said this thing that if I'm ever in a coma, whisper this in my ear, and I will snap up like "Don't Wake Daddy" out of my coma. I'm gonna do my best impression. She was like, I feel like every time I have to do taxes, Mercury's in retrograde. I don't have enough time am on this stage to tell you how much I hate that. Okay, this is an old audience. Well, the zodiac is, I told her I had a bad day at work once, and she said, well, the moon's in Taurus. What the fuck do I do with that information? You can't just play Mad Libs whenever I present you with an emotional construct. I can't just walk up like if a homeless person's like, you have any change? I'm like, well, my muscles are made out of ducks, and then I just keep walking. You can't just say anything you want. She looked like she cartwheeled naked into an Earthbound and came out completely clothed. The craziest part about her, I dated her for 8 months. By choice. On purpose. That's a good one. She had a wonderful dumper. She shat with that ass every day. She was so regular. We made sure of that. It was the rose quartz. I'll leave you guys on this one. I'm gonna do the one that I hate. I had a guy who's doing. He's going through a really rough time. He's hurting his body and hurting the people around him. Thank you for cooling off. And it's really rough for him to kind of deal with the problems that he has. And, he's addicted to doing stunts in Western films. And he fell off the wagon last week. All right, I'll leave you guys. I feel like I just got shot off the balcony by all of you. Like I said, I work at a bar, and one of my least favorite things, and I hope you see it, and I hope you continue to find it, but couples that look alike, not dress alike, look alike. With all of the genetic variances we have in the world, with the Punnett square that I forgot about until I just said that. 2 different sets of grandparents, 2 different sets of parents, all strangers. They find someone who looks just like them, they're like, this is it. I'm gonna fuck this person. Just masturbate in the mirror. It's much cheaper. And every time I check their IDs and I hand it back to them, I always want to say, go fuck yourself. But they beat me to it. I told that joke once, and this guy came up to me after the show, a little tiny guy with a goatee. You'll probably see him here. It's like, excuse me, fella, that little sketch you have up there about people who have relations that look alike, we're called doppelbangers. And I've never been the same ever since. Thank you guys so much. I'm Taylor.